I am Ikeda from Yamanashi Prefecture University. I shall briefly outline Singapore's society and the linguistic environment. Singapore's total population is approximately 6.11 million by fiscal year 2025. The comparison approximately 3.66 million Singapore citizens, and the PR, permanent resident, is 540,000 and 1.91 million foreign workers and others. In terms of what we might consider the core population in Japan, it is a city-state of around 4 million people. So just as Shizuoka Prefecture, 200 million people are live in there. So while Singapore is also known as a nation rich colored by the diverse culture, it is a racial breakdown is as follows: Chinese 95.5% and Malay is 50%. And Indian is 7% and others 1.8%. This is often categorized using to the CMIO model, taking this is the initial letter of each group. However, in reality, people are distinguished by more granular ethnicity based on cultural background, such as language and region, and such as lifestyle. For example, CMIO in the state-owned housing estate, where nearly 90% of the population resident is integration of the policy as implemented. These are the upper limit of the residency rate is each ethnic group of the prevent of the concentration of the specific ethnic community, the encourage of the daily interaction among of the diverse of the ethnic group, and foster of the sense of the identify of the Singapore citizen. Regarding Singapore linguistic environment, Professor Isamu Ota of the Toyo University characterized it as a country doesn't use a national language. As I mentioned, the largest ethnic group is Singapore is Chinese, yet the constitution of the designated Malay as a national language surrounded graphically of the Malay-speaking nation like Malaysia and Indonesia, and facing the political tension at independence, where it needed to avoid enforcing an image as a Chinese state. Singapore chose of the respect of the Malay community. So that's the reason why while many citizens can use Malay greetings, Smalapagi or sing the national anthem beginning with the Mari Kita Raya Singapore, fewer than 20% can fluently use of the Malay. So the official official language, the Mandarin, Malay, Tamil, and English, not is a mother tongue of any of the three major ethnic group, has a holistically served as a linguistic of the lingua franca from the nation founding English, and also the common language in the primary language. Language is instruction of the school. Additionally, among the Chinese community, while many residents of the originally come from the China, that's the reason why they use Hokkien, Teochew, Cantonese. However, they generally use of the Mandarin Chinese. And also among of the Indian community, there is a linguistic group of the as a Indian region, such as Punjab and Hindi, and Hindi. Tamil is just 5% of the in India itself. That's the reason why Tamil language is not so useful. So that's the reason why some of the family and some of the people prefer to use learn Chinese, even the Indian origin. So CMIO, they are using as a framework. However, in Indian origin, they have a kind of difficult friction. As I mentioned, Singapore has using a bilingual education policy since independence in 1965, requiring learning of both English and mother tongue language. So as a result, so they are using both English and their mother tongue. So currently, they are MLT, MTL, and CCE can be utilized for as a curriculum. So for more than junior school, they need to use English for the all subject. For example, this is a question of this year Singapore primary school leaving examination. The question is mathematics is naturally in English and answer must be also written in English. In science too, so technical terms are presented in English. That's the reason why one cannot solve a problem without the understanding of the difference between the muddy water or the transparent plastic beaker and pond water. And I just showed this kind of the question or the test paper for in my university. So what is wood rice? So the student has a question. This is an insect. So even this is we Japanese never know that, or most of the people know that, even though they need to know in Singapore, if they didn't know that science score will be deteriorate. In the 1960 and 1970, many of the educators faced of the significant challenges of the deteriorate or dropout of the academic standard. So to address by the Mr. Go Honsui is he established a new educational scheme. So they are using to the new scheme for the just using to the one language for the first 5 years. So this one language line student is not go to the junior school. They just using go to the a kind of the occupational school. However, the school system is changed. So, however, until 2023, this kind of the ability-based of the course structure remained. However, from the 2024 academic year, Mr. Tan will be later mentioned, the shift has begun away from the strictly ability-based of the class division. For instance, of the secondary level learning group as a beginning of the formally flexibly across 5 subject cluster at the proficiency of the level. That this system offers 243 possible combination of the curriculum. So in middle school, this kind of the school scheme or the change of new school scheme is already introduced. Ms. Tan, Professor Tan will be explain more detail. This is the weekly timetable of the kindergarten. Singapore Ministry of Education is operated. So this kindergarten is implemented the daily program such as a highlighted program which conducted educational activities similar to Japan's 5 key area and star literacy program where English and MTR are learned using to the large picture book and game. This is the timetable of the year 2 primary student. As mentioned earlier, the language of the instruction vary by the subject lesson marked on the orange is taught in English, and while other in yellow, such as mathematics, music, and physical education, are conducted in English. In addition, that MTL is naturally taught in the student mother language. The CCE curriculum is also delivered in their respective mother tongue. So also active learning program has become the compulsory for the year 1 and 2. This program cultivates non-cognitive abilities such as imagination, creativity, and communication skill, and collaborative learning. So in Japan, also the curriculum guideline stipulate of the proactive, interactive, and deep learning, and the capacity of the learning and the human capacity. So it's called the PAL. PAL is sports and game and visual arts. So those are included, and student try to learn the ability of the collaborative learning skill. So in Singapore, the CEL and PAL, they are using to the both scheme for the synergy effective. So thank you very much for my present. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.